Right. See what we got going here. We are all about you. So less grind, uh, just less grind and more growth. That's what this show is all about. I have been trying to figure out YouTube for the last week or so, and here we are. Today we are, let's see, we're going to have some people joining us shortly. Let me get these people on here. All right. But anyway, so today, let me just get this going. So today, excellence isn't instant. That's what we're going to talk about. So excellence isn't instant. So this is a world of instant everything. And it doesn't need to be, right? So what do I mean when I say excellence isn't excellence isn't instant? It's not something that is done instantly. You know that, I know that, but gosh, we look at somebody that's, doing better than us and we go, wow, they're so great. We didn't see all the work that they had to put in there, right? So what do? You gotta sit there and just take your time, plan, strategize. You gotta focus, right? But are you focused on the right thing? So like, if you've got electrical problems and you're looking at the plumbing, you're focused on the wrong thing, right? So how do you stop this? So the easy thing to do is to go ahead and make out a list. And everybody always says that, yeah, I know, make out a list. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you the third thing is what nobody does. Everybody does the first two, but nobody does the third. So make out a list, and you just everything that you think you need to do this next year. Just everything you think you need to do this next year to be successful. And then out of that list, you make them into 3 piles. And the 3 piles are and I always do this on index cards, by the way. This is my index card trick. So on your index cards, go ahead and just put each one down on an index card. It doesn't work if you do it in your phone because it is in cyberspace. You can't see it. It doesn't work. Trust me on this one. You got to do a hard copy of this. And index cards, and later on you'll understand why we have to do index cards or why it's better to do index cards. So anyway, you've got the I don't need to do right now pile. So let's say you got 50 things. You put 50 things, you put 25 there. Now you've got the, I really need to do that pile. And then you've got the holy cow pile. Holy cow, I've got to do that right now pile. So if you've got, let's say, more than 3 holy cows, you take the others and you put them in the drawer and you don't look at them. I do this on Fridays. You can do it on Mondays if you want, but I like to see how my week's going to stack up at the end of the week for the next week. So go ahead and get there and do that. So you get that done, and then you take those and you look at them. Now, here's the thing that most people don't realize. Let's say that you have 10 holy cows that you've got to do. And you get 9 of them done by the end of the week. You're going to feel like you failed. Let me just... go to my YouTube channel and look at the live. People can't follow instructions. Sometimes they can, sometimes they can't. So you get there and you've got 10 things and you've done 9. Now, what do? You think, wow, I failed because I couldn't get them all done. No, you didn't. You succeeded, but that's what happens. So when you don't do something, you look at the negative, not the positive. So go ahead and just do 1, right? Don't do, I say 1, 2, or 3, but really just get 1 of them done. Now, what if that 1 only takes you 10 minutes, right? You're like, I could do so much more. Well, now you got something that's kicking your pants. So make sure you pick the right one. But here's the thing. How many things did you do from a year ago, last year, from year to day? How many things did you do that you can say that helped you with your business that really moved it forward? How many? Probably can't say 3. So if you do 1 a week, that's 52. And of course, I say, take at least 2 weeks of vacation, more if you like, and go in and figure it out, right? So you go in there and you do that 1 a week. That's 50 that you've done for the whole year. Where would you be if you last year had done 1 thing a week that moved your business forward tremendously? I mean, we're not, this is a step forward in the right direction, right? You'd have more money you could shake a stick at, more business you could shake a stick at. You'd have more time with your family than you could shake a stick at. So that's what you've got to do. You've got to really figure this out. Just 1 thing. And then next on the Friday, you get out, you pull them again. Now I'm going to do 2. Okay. But make sure you're able to do those 2, right? So never pick 5. And the reason is because shiitake happens. It happens to all of us. So just make sure that what you're doing is going to go ahead and be something that will get you towards being excellent. And it's not instantaneous, right? So these little things that you do, they start building up. And the reason that you don't go ahead and do more than you should is because you don't want to get in that negative mindset. Does that makes sense? You just don't want to get in that negative mindset. So whatever you do, just go ahead and take 1 down and then keep doing. Now I will tell you, hey Alicia, I knew you'd make it. So I don't know if you can chat. I don't know how to do that, but let me see if I can get you to come on with us, if you don't mind. Channel level settings. No, it's not that one. Let's see. Go to channel. Let's see if you can do that. Oh, and maybe I shouldn't have gone channel. Nope. Oh, I went to your channel. All right, that's not it. Right on. Put user, no, I'll remove, report, pin, channel activity, add as moderator, but I want to see if we can get you on here so you can talk. I wonder if that does that. I'm going to see that. Add as moderator. Manage, standard, no. I don't know how to put you on live. Let's see. Any questions today, Alicia, that I can answer? We just did the, and she knows this one. So we did the index card things about, getting everything out there. So not Zoom today because Zoom always seems to give me the double feedback, reverb, and I have to listen to myself and everybody else twice, and it just kills me. So I went just straight with live. It's live YouTube anyway. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get somebody to come in and be on at the same time so we can talk. And I don't know how to do that yet. But I will figure it out. Yep, there you are. Wish I could do that. But anyway, if you've got any questions, lay it on me. And by the way, how did this weekend go? Did you get to do those video messages? Because if you didn't, we could talk about that. So I'll give you guys another secret, okay? Stop texting people, right? Like all these marketers out there are so funny. All these marketers are telling you to do this and do that. And I've got it on my school. You can go to the school, my 6-figure jumpstart, and it'll give you stuff to do. But the main thing that I tell you guys to do is to stop all that nonsense. You don't need to pay a big marketer. If you're needing clients and you need clients fast, first of all, you need to go to my school because I've got how to get clients fast or slow, depending on you. But what you can do is you get, if you know who your avatar is, and and you've got, let's say, 100 people that you think you want to do business with, or you want to just get to know. Don't text them, don't email them, don't send them postage from the U.S. mail. video video message them. Say, hey, Alicia, how you doing? I've been thinking about you. I've got this thing going on right now, and what can I do to help you? We're talking about video messaging, like we had talked about earlier. So let's just don't worry about that. This is what we're talking about now. So don't worry about what we talked about earlier. We'll get to that later. You can watch the rethink, but you already know it. It was the index cards. So okay. So we know that you were you focused on the right thing because you didn't take the action on what we talked about last week. So what happened so that we can go ahead and hopefully move you forward and get you some clients or whatever it is that you're wanting to do. So yep. So that's okay. But now, are you going to do it this week? That would be the question that I would ask you. Because if you are, we can go ahead and PDR, practice, drill, and rehearse, maybe a little bit. I can do one here and give an example for everybody. And then I will figure out, I am sure there is a way, I know there's a way to get other people on here. I just don't know how to do it yet. So it's all a learning curve. So, and what I would, like I said, okay, so this is a good one. So there's a guy on LinkedIn last week, and and so on my stuff, all of my stuff, it says TMV Stephen Beaver. If any social media, it's TMV Stephen Beaver. And so, but when I get an auto thing saying, hey, I want to talk to you. I've been following you, or whatever. So, but it'll say TMV Stephen Beaver. Hey, TMV. It's like, no, you don't know. I know this is an autoresponder, and you're just spamming me. And so this guy spammed me and said, hey, I've been following you, and then he gave me like 3 paragraphs of everything he could do to help me. You don't know me. You don't know your clients. This is the same thing. It's just an insult, right? And I have to read all this stuff, which I don't. Okay, I just 3 paragraphs. Okay, I'm not going to watch that. Was what did Jack ask you to do? To answer that while I go ahead and keep going with this story. So I texted him briefly on LinkedIn, and then I sent him a video message. And I said, it's not authentic to sit there and send out the same spam to everybody else. You're not paying attention to me because I can tell. And then you did all of this stuff, giving me this, you don't know who I am. And I did this all on video message. And I said, I'm being authentic because my neighbor, who has 4 boys, like all under the age of 3 or 4, I think it was like bam, bam, bam. I mean, they have twins. So I think it's 1 through 3. But anyway, she and the boys were having a knockdown, drag out fight. I mean, I don't want to get out of the car. Get out of the car. I told you to get out. You do what I say. It was like so funny. And I was like, so, and so I said, so it's authentic because you can hear it in the background, right? But I didn't wait for her to finish her argument with her kids because I had 5 kids, and believe me, sometimes those arguments go, and it's just funny as all get up. But anyway, the guy came in and then he talked. He was like, yeah, you're right. And normally what you see when you call somebody on it is either they're a jerk or very defensive, and they just oh no, or they're just like, well, or they're a person that's open-minded, which is the people you want to work with. And they're like, wow, I didn't realize that. Thank you so much. Right. And then you can make a relationship. But here's the thing. Either way it goes. Tell me what you did with that Jack asked you to do, Alicia. Either way it goes, you either don't waste your time with somebody that's not your avatar. I was going to say idiot, but not your avatar. They're not idiots. They're just not your avatar. Or you're going to make a friend, and who knows, maybe a client, right? And in our relationship selling course, it's always about making friends first. You don't ever go into just like you don't send 3 paragraphs saying all you can do, right? It's like maybe you say, give me a video message saying, "Dude, I love your outfit. The how did it come up with that?" I mean, you're just asking inquisitive questions as if you were there live, right? That's what you got to do. So that was a very a fun thing to do. Now, I'm the TMV guy, take more vacations guy, and so I'm always talking about doing vacations. And we went on a vacation this weekend. It was what we call a micro vacation, and it was a ton of fun. My wife, my youngest daughter, and I went to a D&D. It's kind of like the Great Wolf Lodge and an escape room put together. Uh, they it was you went in there and you got to pick whether you were a mage or a warrior or a rogue and whatever, and then you got points for every thing that you solved, so that you would go in there. Like one of them was they had a bunch of locks and one key, and you had to figure out which one it was, and if you did it really fast, you did it, the more points you got, so on and so on. Um, so as so so anyway, it was a lot of fun, and we made a lot of we made some friends, right? So there were some people there, and my daughter does D&D and a lot of other stuff. But anyway, she was in her element, uh, uh, and so she was helping this lady. She has a wooden sword that she carries because you can't have a real one when you do those things, right? So, but anyway, she had a wooden sword, and she was showing the lady how to look cool doing it. They wanted to take a picture, and the stance work was off. She wasn't in her front stance with the knee bent. If you know martial arts, you know front stance. So, but anyway, I came in. I'm like, oh no, you got to do this and this. So we worked together, and then we made friends with the people, and they were like really happy, and they were a fun group of people, right? And then another person we made friends with at the end of the event. By the way, it's in Plano, Texas, and Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you just put Dungeons and Dragons and theme thing in Plano, Texas, if you're in that area, or you want to fly in or drive in. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, we were sitting after we'd been there, and we were waiting to do some stuff, and a guy came over that we had made friends with, just briefly talking, joking around, and said, "Hey, you want my card?" And so at the end of it, you get to roll the dice, and you get how much discount off T-shirts only. Canadians. It was a Canadian owned company, and instead of all the other stuff out there, you don't get 20% off of anything but the T-shirts, not the sweatshirts, not the whatever else they were selling, just the T-shirts. It was like, wow, how cheap. But anyway, the guy was like, "Hey, I've got. You want to use my card?" And I'm like, "Yeah." How much did you get? You get 20%. Natasha had gotten 15%. I got 1,000%. Actually, I got a 1, and they wouldn't give me 1,000% off. I don't understand. That's just rude. But it was funny as hell. But yeah, so I rolled a 1, right? I mean, this doesn't get any lower than that. I get 1% off, but they don't check. Anyway, Natasha. So anyway, we got 20%. So we got that right. So somebody that we knew we talked for like 5-10 minutes. They do something nice for you. Isn't that cool? How if you're nice to somebody, nice things happen back to you. So you did a post. So Alicia says she did a post on Saturday to share on LinkedIn. That's good. And it was still hard for you to do, but that's okay. It's always hard for you to do. Like let's look at this, right? I mean, this is the 4th time I've been live on YouTube, and the first 2.5, Jack was doing most of the talking. It's like I was still trying to figure it out, and I still don't know how to do everything. But but this is it's always the first time is the hardest, and the first time is the worst. By the way, it's always the worst. No matter what you do, the first time you do it, it's the worst because you get better the next time, right? It's never perfect. So, but good job, Alicia, for actually doing it. That's the tough side. So now you can do it. You don't have to worry. You don't worried as much. You're not as nervous. You're not as a novice anymore. So it's just, you know, it's just like, and she's a, by the way, she's a, like a, I don't know if it's electrical engineer, but anyway, she's, I think chemical engineer. I think it's one of those two. Anyway, she's an engineer. She's a smarticle person. So you didn't get to be a smarticle engineer person on your first day at college. So it took a lot of time. So good job. You were focused. You were focused on one thing, and then you took action, and that's all you can do. You know, forward motion. I always say everything should have forward motion. So good job on that. So so that is really all I was going to talk about. Anything else, Alicia, while I'm finishing up here? Because that's really all I was going to talk about today. And I don't have everybody in like I normally do on these things. I'm going to figure out, you two, buddy, will probably tell me how to do it and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's it. Good luck, of course, laboring under correct knowledge. I'm Stephen Beaver, your TMV Visionary Strategies. TMV, baby, take more vacations. That's how we spell your success. Y'all have a happy and successful day. Bye for now.